I got it. Okay, so let's start over. So I want to officially welcome everyone to what we're calling our very first Girl Boss opportunity party. It's going to be all about what is coaching. And the reason that we are doing this is because I know a lot of people have hesitations. When you're invited to something like this, people obviously throw up those, what do you call it? I don't want to say excuses, because I know it's one of those things where everyone has the basic issues, but it's just one of those things where we want everyone to be able to make an educated decision. I don't want anyone to go into anything that they don't feel confident in. If you feel like it's an icky feeling or uncomfortable, we want you to have butterflies and knots, that you're making good decisions and not bad decisions. So it might be something that's adventurous to you. It kind of was for me, but it was also, the way I joined was really for discount purposes, but I'll go into that. So we're not in the business of convincing or, pulling your arm off. We just want you to do what's right. And by doing that, we're holding this kind of informational webinar to get you going. So we're going to address issues like, and not necessarily issues, but what is a Beachbody coach? Obviously that's us. What's required to be a coach? How do you get paid? How do you build a team? And then, of course, we address the typical stuff like, we'll address the typical hesitations. I don't like to sell. I'm not a salesperson. I haven't reached my goal weight yet. And then, of course, is this one of those pyramid schemes? I actually just heard that yesterday, and I wanted to bite my lip off, but I didn't bite, and no bruises on my lips. So, and then there's a lot of people that say, I don't have any friends, I don't have a large network. So those are the type of things that we're kind of going to go over today. Alrighty. Hello, why don't you, there we go. Okay, so Empower Nation, who are we? We were established in January of 2014. We were founded by myself, Monica. Is my screen messing up, you guys? This looks like messed up right here. Does that look messed up? I don't know what's going on. It was founded by myself, Monica Palmer, and a gentleman by the name of John Worth. It basically all started with 3 friends. I was in this business. I started the business 4 years ago in April of 2011. I started P90X. I met Monica and John, and we knew we wanted to do something. We knew we wanted to do something together. We knew we wanted to start our own team. We just didn't know what that team was going to be. And ironically enough, I created a Facebook page or a Facebook group, and I titled it TBD, to be determined. I didn't know what we were going to be. I didn't know what our name was going to be, but it had to be something that was powerful to me. We did have gentlemen on our team, obviously, so we couldn't make it girl power like. I wanted to, because I like girl power. But we couldn't do that. We wanted to be able to represent the dudes. If we had dudes join our team, we wanted to be able to represent the dudes too. And we do have several guys on our team. Not a lot. We are majority female, but we wanted to be able to represent the dudes too. So we are 106 coaches strong, and we're growing. So I'm really completely excited the direction that our team is going, and the growth that we're taking. It's a learning process. This is not a get rich quick scheme by any means. So we are definitely growing, and I couldn't be more proud of how far we've come. Our team motto is find your strong. And basically what that means is we all have our individual strengths. And I lost my mom back in September of 1998. And although I felt like it made me a horribly weak person. It didn't. It made me extremely strong, and it kind of defines who I am today, because it was one of those losses that when you lose someone, you don't know how you're going to continue to go on. So the fact that I had that strong to keep going for my family, you think about the what if. So anyway, who are we? Our little saying that describes who we are: strength comes in many forms. We're all capable of being strong in our own individual way. And if I move this little baby over, from barbells and weights, fighting through illness and disease and various life's obstacles, Empower Nation represents strength and courage that makes us all so individually awesome. Empower Nation is not just another Team Beachbody team. We are family. We work together. We train together, and we grow individually from each other's strengths. An Empower Nation coach's job and sole purpose is, I can't read it, to help empower others. So that's what kind of we're all about. My big thing is to empower someone, and if they can, if they're not getting something on their own, rather than maybe degrading them or yelling at them, as women or as strong females, I like to be able to empower others and teach and help them grow, because then that makes everyone stronger if we have a stronger team. So now we're going to kind of get into the meat and potatoes of the business. So as we know, there are typical routes when we become adults. We have the direction of college. We have the direction of working an hourly job. Who wants to work an hourly job? Some people do, and I get that, but I am not one of them. Does this cover, you guys? Can you still see it? I got to see if I can. Hold on. I just want to be able to. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure this bad boy out. But anyway, so you have your college, your job, and your franchise. The average college tuition is almost $36,000 a year for a 4-year degree. And as we all know, and I think for the past couple of years I've heard a lot of information on TV, the news media, that we have all these college students graduating with no jobs. They're getting their 4-year degree, they're getting their associates, they're getting their bachelors, getting their masters. And there's just some places that are not hiring. And I'm sure that was a couple years ago. So then, of course, you have your hourly job. And like I said, some of these slides came from another coach in Florida. So that's where the Floridian reference comes from. But the average salary for the Floridians is $40,750. Then, of course, you have your average vacation days. You might get, three. Last year, I think, when I first started my job, I had 3 sick days, which really kind of sucked. I started January 6th, and I was like, I only get 3 sick days. This year, I got a week, so I was like, cool. So then, anyway, then you have your franchise, and I don't know what's going on with this, but you have your franchise, and your average franchise cost is about $35K a year. That does not include your lease, your location, that type of stuff. And this is all from entrepreneur.com. The average annual profit for a franchise is about $66,000 a year. And I mean, that is a decent, that's a decent income when you're completely working your tail off. Okay, so now we kind of move on, and basically, what if you can own your franchise for $40? So if you have, or what if you could own your own franchise for $40? Now, a regular franchise ranges from $10,000 to $200,000. Many franchisees mortgage their homes to build their dreams. One positive is that they do have skin in the game. They see him or herself as an owner, realize that they do have a vested interest, and most likely will work harder than anyone to attain success. And if you're investing that much into a franchise, you probably should work harder than anyone else. With respect to coaching, the cost of signing up as a coach is $39.95. So that's where the $40 franchise fee. So we're kind of like, comparing your coaching to a franchise. That's pretty much what it is. So you're going to start out with a $39.95 risk. And then it's a $15.95 a month thereafter. Additionally, if you purchase a challenge pack, if anyone knows what a challenge pack, those that you don't, I apologize right now. But for those that have purchased a challenge pack, that $40 fee is waived at the time of the challenge pack. If it's something that you purchased, let's say 6 months to a year ago, once you sign up, we can get you that fee reimbursed. So not a big deal. Also, your military and veterans are completely free, which is awesome. Also, with respect to the military, spouses are also free. So if the wife or the husband is in the military, that spouse can sign up for free. I mean, how cool is that? The veterans are also free. However, the spouses cannot join. If you have a veteran husband or wife, the spouse cannot join for free. Now, the only downside that we're finding with the coaching franchise side of it is because of the low startup costs. Many coaches tend to treat it more like a hobby, and then therefore it pays like a hobby. If you were to become your best coach, your potential is limitless. Okay. Let's see. Hold on, and I'm going to need a drink. Now I know why people drink so much when they're on calls. I guess now would be a good time to have a bottle of water instead of wine. But okay, you live and you learn, right? Anyway, okay, so now we're down to the franchising and coaching benefits. So with respect to a franchise, you're buying into established, successful brand. So you have your Subway, you have your McDonald's. I believe Starbucks are franchised as well. I think I'm not sure if they do franchises or they're corporate owned only. But with respect to that, the company is going to take care of the marketing, and they take on the risk of new products, the testing and the development. So when Subway comes out with a new sandwich, no skin off your back. It's just one of those things where you just slap that sandwich together, and you're just following the corporate. You're just following the corporate stuff. Then you have your coaching. I love you, Stacia Constantella. I'm going to tell you that right now. Then you have your coaching. And again, there is a huge benefit to the coaching. You're also buying into an established brand, a successful established brand. P90X, Insanity, Shakeology, Germ Exclusive. Beachbody does all the marketing for you. So you really don't have to do anything but market yourself. They spend over $150 million marketing to create the brand recognition. So, and then they constantly develop new products. So the new products that's coming out at Coach Summit in July is Size. And if that product fails, maybe I'm definitely buying it, just so you know, and I can't wait to dance my booty off. But if that product fails, I didn't risk anything. Yes, I bought the product, and I could still lose weight and maintain my figure, whatever you want to call it, using that product. But there's necessarily no skin off my back. It's all Beachbody that put their time and effort and their marketing to use. So you're safe there, just to give you a heads up. So then we have the franchises versus coaching guidelines. So when you are going with a Subway or a Dunkin' Donuts, right? If you're going with a Dunkin' Donuts, you must market using their guidelines and materials. So if you come up with this great like avocado sandwich with coffee drizzled on it or something like that, you cannot sell that because that is not a guideline marketed through Dunkin' Donuts. So your success will be based off the efforts and those you hire to work for you. Now, with respect to coaching, you have the ability to create a brand specifically to your niche market. And that would be bringing other items into your life. And when I say items, I just mean your other passions. So the passions in my life clearly are my family, my dogs. My dogs are part of my family, but I'll go ahead and say my dogs. The other thing is like fitness. Fitness, I'm not going to say it's my passion. I have passion to, to be where I want to be. Where I was several years ago is not where I want to be. So the only way for me to keep going is to share my accountability, share that I'm drinking my Shakeology every single day, share that I am working out at least 5 to 6 days a week. And with respect to the coaching, your success is linked not only to your efforts, but the success of your team who's also pursuing their franchise dream as equals. So everyone that you bring on your team, whether they're a discount coach or whether actually a business builder, they're going to be building and helping you succeed as well. So whereas, if you're a franchise and your employee steals from you or makes an extra sandwich, throws an extra, those little triangles of cheese at Subway, they count those suckers. You know that. So if they throw an extra cheese on there, we don't want anyone getting fired. But as far as here, your team is going to help you succeed, which is awesome. So then we're going to get into what do Beachbody coaches do? And it's pretty simple and easy. We work on our own transformation. We invite friends and family on our journey. We grow as a person through personal development, and we share our story. So pretty much everything you see me do on social media is what we do. If you take a look back, I would say several years before I learned this information, I didn't realize how my story made such a difference. And I honestly didn't realize how much sharing my daily fitness journey made a difference. I have so many people saying, oh my God, I see you working out and you're getting all sweaty and it makes me feel like crap. So I get up and ran today. So granted, they're not joining my team, and granted, they're not ordering P90X, but that's not what I'm solely after. I'm after, inspiring others to better themselves. So that's basically what we do, is just sharing our story, sharing our journey. We also do a lot of personal development, which has helped me tremendously, because if I wouldn't have done personal development, I can tell you I would not be on this call. Kim would be doing this call right now. Just a heads up. Okay, come on, this year. Okay, so how this all kind of starts to work, and this is where we're going to start to get into the pyramid scheme, kind of, but it's really not. So you're going to start working on you, inspire a few people to start their journey, who then will inspire another, other people, who then will inspire more people, who then will inspire more people. And then it's a pay it forward type of concept. So you inspire 3 people, those 3 people inspire 3 other people, and we're technically becoming a fitter nation. So yes, you kind of see a pyramid set up here, but that's, it goes so much further. So this is where we get into the legitimate pyramid stuff. So as you can see, the government and our corporate structures are the real pyramid schemes. So we have the commander-in-chief, then we have the secretary of defense. And that's where you see all of the, everything we do in corporate structure is technically structured as a pyramid. You have your CEOs, your managers, your supervisors, your employees, and same thing, like I said, with your military. Everything is structured as a pyramid. So the peeps at the top obviously will get paid the most. You're only going to have one CEO in a corporate structure. You have one president, you have one secretary of defense, and they're all making the mad money. And then you have the people that are going to war that are probably making, and I'm not a military family whatsoever. So I don't know exactly what type of money the military folks make, but you see what I'm getting at. So you have your employees and your lower ranks at the bottom that get paid less. And the chance of an employee striving to become the CEO, I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but I'm saying the chance of a basic employee striving to come to a CEO, I'm sure it's less than 10% out there, because we have a lot of employees and less CEOs. Okay, so that's where we're going to get into the nutrition, the peer support, and the fitness, and with respect to what we do. So what Beachbody does is they provide us with great nutritionists. The guy on the end on the right, he's the but he's the one that is the Shakeology dude, and he I just say dude, but he's the guru of Shakeology. And they have all these nutritionists, not something that we necessarily have to worry about. So they have the nutritionists. We have, they also have the fitness, the trainers, the professional trainers that video the programs. So our job is really what comes down in the middle, is the peer support. And like I said, when I started P90X, I'll tell you, I started Insanity, and I failed after 1 week. I got sick, and then when I realized, it was time to go back, I was like, there is no way I'm going back. And yes, I bought it off the TV, and my thought was, there is no way I'm going to pay another $150 for this thing. But what I did do was I got P90X, and I ran across a support group online, and that's actually where I met Kim. We were all doing P90X. Some of them were graduates, some of them were beginners, and I said, I have got to do this. I had a lot of questions. There were so many things to know. What if I missed a day, or what if I can't do a pull-up? And we were able to get that support, and I knew I had to check in with them every single day. And it was my duty to check in with them, and it was their duty to check in with me. So that's really what comes down to the success of what we do, is the peer support, is the coaches. It's being that cheerleader to someone. It's being that person that says, you know what, I got your back. If this is something that you want to do, if you don't show up, just know I'm going to call you out. And if that's what you want, and that's typically that's what they come for. And when we go to personal trainers, for the most part, we can walk on a treadmill. We can, we can work the elliptical. We kind of know how to eat. We know eating ice cream at 9 o'clock at night is probably not the best choice. But it comes down to the peer support. It comes down to the accountability. Not taking anything away from personal trainers, because I have gone through the class to get my certification as well. But it's one of those things where we just want that extra accountability. And I think that's a lot of people the reason why a lot of people get a personal trainer, because they want that accountability. But who can afford $60 to $80 a day? So you get your personal trainer on your TV, you get us as a coach, and then everyone succeeds, in my opinion. So then it comes down to, hold on, wait a second. Do I have to sell something? Technically, no, you don't have to sell stuff. But what we have, with respect to those top 10 resolutions, I would say, let's see, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 of them up there, and about 6 of them, we have a solution for it. So with personal development, we can help you get out of debt. With personal development, you can get out of debt if you become a coach and make that extra money. We can provide more family time, because now you're out of debt, you're making more money, and you have more family time. So we can definitely work with everyone that has, with most of them, with respect to those top 10 resolutions. So what we do is we provide solutions to help others successfully achieve their goals. And that's really what it comes down to. It's just all about providing solutions, finding out what their goals are, and helping those customers and clients achieve those goals. And a lot of people, I think, those personal trainers, those fitness instructors, they're already doing that. So here's just another opportunity to, or another thing to add to your tool belt. So what I wanted to do real quick was share obviously the title of this slide is Show Me the Money. And this, like I said, this is from one of the top coaches in the company, and I just wanted to kind of keep it simple. Your brand new coach, this was, I think, her first paycheck. She made $29.96. Now, with respect to me, my first paycheck was $9.99, and I didn't even know I made it. I learned probably about 3 months later that I made it. So it's a direct deposit, went right into my account, never saw it. So once you advance in rank, you're, and before I move on, your biggest items that you want to focus on in respect to your income is your retail commission, your team bonus, and your matching bonus. So those are the things that we want to focus on. So when she went Emerald, her retail commission was $101.46. Her team bonus was $14. And then you have a fast start bonus, and then her total commission that week, we do get paid weekly, and it was $175. Now, as we move over to a diamond rank, and this was in her 5th month as a coach, her retail commission stayed about the same. She was, $40, almost $50 more, but then she starts earning team bonuses. Whereas she was earning that as an Emerald coach, but then her team bonuses start to increase. And then fast forward to the 8th month, and she is a Star Diamond coach. She has, her retail commission is $355. Clearly, she had a good week that week. But then her team bonus is $198, and her fast start bonus is $40. So her weekly take home for that week of total commissions was $650, and that's in 8 months. Now, of course, with respect to Beachbody and with respect to us coaches, we do not guarantee any level of success. My success is based on, and every coach's success is based on how much time you put into it. And at this point in time in my life, I am striving to, my goal, just between you, me, and the fence post, my goal is to quit my job by January 6th of 2016. I'm a little off on that goal, but I am working very hard to get there. So that's not saying that it can't be done. You have to set goals and you have to strive for those goals. So once we go on, worst case scenario, what if no one wants to join you? Okay, so you invested $40. You didn't drop out. You didn't drop $35,000 on a Subway sandwich or a Subway franchise or a Dunkin' Donuts shop, which I know some of us might like. But if no one wants to join you, the worst case scenario is you connected with driven, inspiring friends on our team. I can tell you right now, some of my very best friends, my friendships have shifted. So the people, now that I'm reading personal development, my focus is it has shifted. And some of my very best friends are on this team. So, it's definitely a great opportunity to be connected with new people, like-minded people. If you are focusing on personal development, you will find that the negative Nellies and the negative Nancys, you're not going to have time for these folks in your life. And you'll face your fears head on and grow as a person. You might lose some weight, you might get healthy, you might just be looking to become a better mom or a better wife, have more energy for your family. So if that's the worst case scenario, I kind of think you're good there. So then we have our different strokes for different folks. So you make the rules with respect to your business. We all typically start out, well, not we all typically, I know I did. I started out as a discount coach, drinking Shakeology on a regular basis, 0 sales. Like I said, my first sale was $9.99. I don't know what it is. I don't even remember what it was. I would have to go back and look. I didn't sell it. Someone happened to purchase something that was my customer. It wasn't something that I promoted. I just happened to check my back office and I saw $9.99 there. I was drinking Shakeology every day, and that was why I signed up as a coach. I did all my research. I wanted to see if there was anything out there. All those crazy people online were talking about this Shakeology stuff, and I had to have it. So the only thing I could do was sign up as a coach. I checked eBay. I'm not going to lie. I checked eBay. I checked Craigslist. I checked everything I could before I bit the bullet, and I signed up. So I signed up for $39.95, and I've been going strong at $15.95 ever since. Then you have your hobby coach. A hobby coach is it's someone that has a full-time job they love or they don't love. For me, I'm going to tell you right now, I do not have a big passion for my job. I love my customer and my customers, but as far as the job itself, it's not something that I want to do the rest of my life. But I do love the products, and I love enjoying. I enjoy sharing the products and Shakeology with others, and realistically, who definitely doesn't love the extra spending cash? So that's always a plus. Then you have your business builder. This is someone that's going to make it their full-time job. It's a life of freedom, a thriving team that is doing the same. Just to give you a little bit of information, my coach who he enrolled 1 month before I did. He retired from his job in December. So he was an IT contractor working for, I think he was a contractor for the government. And he doubled his salary as a Beachbody coach, and he retired in December. So if you're familiar with the IT pay scale, I know for a fact that they're about $120,000 a year, especially in the Washington D.C. area. So I can only imagine. I never outright asked. I think kind of that's rude, but but I can only imagine what he's making. So, and then there's also the in-between coaches. So you're going to have your discount coaches, you're going to have your hobby coaches, you're going to have your business builder. But then there's folks in between. I would say that I wouldn't call me a hobby coach, but what I do call myself is a part-time coach, because I do have a full-time job. I work 8 to 5, and then I work my business from about 7 to 10 at night. So I'm putting in, somewhere between the hours of 3 to 10, and that covers everything. That's talking to new people. That's doing anything business related, updating my Facebook, doing, I would say, balancing my checkbook. That's what that's what my 7 to 10 hours look like. So what our team is going to provide. We do provide weekly team trainings, very similar to this. So we have a call Wednesday nights. Sometimes we get on calls with our with other teams, and we learn and we grow. We'll have a call once a week, and then we'll join our upline teams one week, and we'll listen to the top coaches that are on those calls. You will have one-on-one training with your coach. We do small group trainings, apprenticeships, boot camps with proven step-by-step systems for success. Social media training, which is very important, the do's and don'ts, don't, post the sales, that type of stuff. Countless video trainings, and manuals depending on your learning preference. So there are a lot of YouTube videos out there that we share in our, done from top teams, top coaches. And we will post those videos, because those are open to Beachbody coaches. We post those videos in our team. And our group, our online, our Facebook group, is a place to dream big and live your best life. Okay, so what now? Now you are going to message the person who invited you to the call. Let them know, if you don't want to be a coach, that's okay. We're not here, like I said, we're not here to twist your arm, to beg and plead, because we want the right people for our teams. We want people that are going to share and focus on your journey, so you can invite and inspire other people. So if it is something that you're interested in doing, let them know which kind of coach you think you want to be. If you're just in it for the discount, great. I was too. Look at me 4 years later. So just check that out. Then, if you want to be a part-time coach, if you want to be a business builder, just let that coach know. If you do decide to sign up, have your coach walk you through the sign-up process. Sometimes it can get a little tricky depending on which way you go. I don't recommend doing it from a phone. I would recommend doing it from a computer, because sometimes phones can get a little iffy. I had one, as a matter of fact, today, where we didn't think it went through, and then it did go through. And I'm not sure. I think that the incorrect Shakeology was ordered. So I would recommend doing it from a computer. And lastly, be an apprentice coach in your coach's next VIP group. We call them VIP groups. Other coaches call them challenge groups, so you can get firsthand experience. So what the challenge groups basically consist of, it's just a group of like-minded people jumping in a private Facebook group. And, we'll post inspirational, motivational posts every day. We have a week of preparation before we start the big day. And in fact, we have one starting on Monday. And we just start the learning process. Okay, it's time to get the junk food out, that type of thing. So that coach can go through the learning process of how it's done. So let me go ahead and stop the recording. Let's see more, and we'll